would like to go back a little back in time. I read somewhere that your father was a folk singer. And how did you get in touch with the rock and metal music besides that?
Well, again, because of my dad, because he had a few rock and roll vinyls at home. I think not many, but just 2 or 3. He had Queen, News of the World. He had Hotel California by the Eagles, and he had Frampton Comes Alive, Peter Frampton. So
yes.
When I heard that, I immediately was drawn to that sound.
So that's the reason why you fell in love with this music.
Yeah, and guitar, of course. Yeah.
But what was your first favorite bands or artists from your childhood?
Oh, I probably must have been The Doors, because I think in the early 90s, the movie had come out, The Doors, from Oliver Stone film. And I remember watching that, and I think I got into it because I really liked a girl in my classroom, and she liked The Doors, and I got a hold of a cassette, and then I watched the movie, and I was like, wow. So yeah, Jim Morrison was the first rock star I kind of saw, and but I love the band, I love their sound and their songs, and of course I listened to other stuff, yeah. But I think the first kind of band that I was fanatic about was The Doors.
Yes. So when you were 18, you enrolled the Berkeley University, but you left it quickly. Is that true? Yeah, correct. And why you left the Berkeley?
It was just a period of my life where I was very impatient. I just didn't. I felt quickly that university was not for me. College wasn't for me. I wanted to form a band and make records, and that's what I wanted to do. And I wasn't looking for this academic kind of education. So I made up my mind while I was there within the first couple of weeks, and then I left. Yeah.
Yes, but how did you earn for a living? Since you left your home as a young man, was music enough to earn for a living?
No, of course, not in the early days. I did all kinds of jobs, actually. I mean, when I left Berkeley, I went to Florida because my uncle lives there in Fort Lauderdale, and I worked at his restaurant for about a year while I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with music and writing songs. And then I got tired of that, and then I came back to Greece for the summer. And then I moved to Sweden with some friends that were recording in a studio because I wanted to check out the Scandinavian scene, which was blowing up at the time. So, I did all kinds of jobs. I worked as a dishwasher in restaurants or, in nightclubs and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yes, and I have one question. I haven't found the answer for this, so I must ask you how the stage name Gus G came about, since you are Greek.
It came actually when I was still in America, because for some reason all the immigrants of the 60s or 70s that had my name, which is Konstantinos or Kostas, they were Gus. They called him Gus. So my uncle told me, this is your English name, which is totally wrong, actually. It's not true, but for some reason, it stuck with me since I was a kid. Yeah, I guess the G is just like a stage name, like my last name is pretty long, and I knew nobody would be able to say it properly, but I thought, there's a Kenny G in the jazz world, so who could be the Kenny G in the heavy metal world? So I said that would be me. I would be Gus G.
Yes. I have the same problem since I'm from Serbia, so I had to ask you how to find my stage name. So let's go.
You can be the Kenny G of Serbia.
No, I'm drummer. I'm gonna be the stick G or something like that.
There you go.
So let's go back a little to the present. 20 days ago, you released your new solo album, Quantum Leap. And how satisfied are you for now, and where do you find inspiration for those songs, since this album is the first your album which is instrumental, there are no vocals?
Yeah. I wrote most of this album last year during the lockdown, It was a good time for me to just make a project like this, since I was going to be locked at home for at least a year. So I started writing some ideas slowly, and eventually I put them all together. And in the summer of 2020, I decided to make this instrumental record. So I developed all the songs and started recording.
Yes, and it is said that instrumental music is only for musicians. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree with that. Anybody can enjoy instrumental music. Music is music, whether it has vocals or not. I mean, there are soundtracks from films that are hugely successful, and it's all instrumentals, or cinematic music or whatever. So I don't agree that it should be only for musicians. Instrumental music is for everybody to enjoy.
Yes, and how do
guitar music is mainly catered to guitar players, but I didn't want to make that kind of record, not only for guitar players. I wanted to make a record that can be enjoyed by anybody who likes rock or metal or whatever,
Yes, I understand. And how do you try to entice others to hear your instrumentals?
How do I what?
Entice. How do you try to make others hear your music?
I can't force anybody to listen to my music. They hopefully they will discover it, or hopefully if they've heard of me, they will give it a chance and check it out, and hopefully they will like it. You cannot, music is something you enjoy. You cannot force on somebody. So all I can say is that I think there's I feel there's good quality stuff on the record. And like I said just now, it's not only for guitar players. There's a lot of guitar. If you're a guitar player, you can discover many things, but you don't have to be a guitar player to enjoy it. It's not like an album that has one endless solo from start to finish. There's actual compositions and melodies and harmonies. So, yeah.
Yes. So when you are writing, how do you decide what will be instrumental and what goes to the Firewind?
Yeah, good question. I mean, a couple of the songs on this album could have been on a Firewind record if you put vocals over them. It's just a decision that I make, and depending on the material, and if I like something and I'm writing for a specific album, if it's a solo record, I will put it there. Obviously Firewind has its own sound and style. I mean, on the record, there's other things, other styles too. There's bluesier stuff. There's a song that's kind of like a synth wave. I mean, I cannot put stuff like that on Firewind. It's pretty obvious. But the more metal stuff, it can easily end up on a Firewind record sometimes, because I make the riffs for both bands.
Yes, those songs with the black metal video I fell in love with that song.
Thanks. Actually, that song "Fierce" that you're referring to, that was originally idea to be in a Firewind record. And then I thought, you know what? It's a cool riff, but Firewind has many similar riffs like that. So maybe I can try to do something different this time. Maybe I can try to turn this into an instrumental and add other elements. So I decided to develop it a bit differently this time. So, and then of course I made a crazy video for it.
And I think your choice was right. So we are talking about your solo album, but do you have your solo band to perform with, and do you plan to promote it live this next year, 23 or some year?
I don't know yet. I'm sure I will do solo shows at some point again. Right now there are no plans, nothing booked. So we don't know yet, you know. It's really hard to say, you know, with the way things are. Well, I really don't know. I was just offered some shows actually in Spain, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do them and all that. So we have to see. We have to see how it goes. I didn't make this record and I didn't plan to go out there and play live. I would like to, but it has to make sense. And I mean, we have plans to go out with Firewind next year, so I'm going to focus with that.
Yes, that was my next question. You are going on the European tour with Firewind, with whom you released an album last year.
Yes, right? Yes, correct.
And how are you satisfied with that album? Since it's a little, it's not the same, I think.
It's not the same. Compared to what?
Compared to this album, it's two different universes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. No, I still think the Firewind album is really strong. You know, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's one of our best albums, you know, in Firewind's history. And yeah, we're gonna go out next year, play some shows, and you know, we're gonna play the new songs, obviously. But it's also our 20th anniversary next year, so we're, you know, making that tour to celebrate the band's 20th anniversary. So, you know, we're gonna play some older stuff as well. So it's gonna be a long set. We're gonna play for 2 hours. So it's gonna be the first time we've done this. So if you know, if our fans are listening, they should come out and see these shows. They're gonna be special.
For sure, they will. So, and I saw that you performed a few weeks ago with Dino Jalusic and John Norm and band of Dino. How's the feeling to perform after a year or even maybe 2 years? I don't know exactly.
It was actually a year and a half, 18 months. It was amazing. You know, it was a great feeling to just be back on a festival site and, you know, be with friends and play music on a stage again for people. It was just, you know, it reminded me why I love this so much, you know.
Yeah, and I saw in your video that you and Dino already have recorded songs or album. I can't remember what you said. Do you plan maybe to release it in some point, to re-record and release, or something like that material?
Well, we did an album together, but it was for somebody else. Somebody else hired both me and him, and we were in the same album. But right now, that album is delayed, you know, so it's not up to us. If it was our project, we would have definitely put it out. But it's not up to for us to decide. But, you know, we're discussing with Dino about doing some stuff together. You know, he's obviously a very busy guy as well. You know, he has the stuff coming up with Whitesnake next year, so he's going to be busy. But at some point, I'm pretty sure we are going to do something. You know, we're talking about maybe him joining some of my solo shows next time, and we can do some of my stuff and then jam together and play other things. And he's just a very nice guy, and very, very talented. He can sing anything. He's multi-instrumentalist, so it will be nice to get together on a stage and play like a full set together.
Yes, who knows? Why not? You both are so talented guys. I can't explain how much. So it would be great show to be there, just to listen and to enjoy and now get a heart attack of your guitars and keyboards and vocals.
Yeah.
So speaking of performances, you are about 10 years ago, if I'm right, you performed with legendary Ozzy Osbourne. What memories do you have of that time?
Yeah, I have great memories. It was a crazy era of my life. Period of my life, I would say. Yeah, it was. I got to experience a whole different world. I got to play with one of the originators of heavy metal, which is the biggest honor anybody in this business can have. And we made a record together. We went on a world tour a couple of times, and it was just great. I learned a lot. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun doing that.
Yes, have you heard his newest album, No Ordinary Man?
Ordinary Man, yeah, I heard it, yeah.
And
I think there's some really good stuff there. Actually, it's a great album. I really like that song, Under the Graveyard.
Yes, me too. It's my favorite
it's a great song.
LPs. And since we are in some way we are neighbors, I think we live on the same edge of the world, same part of the world. So I want to talk with you a little bit about Greek scene. What's going on the Greek scene? Have new rock or metal bands or artists being born, and what can you say us about your scene?
Well, the Greek rock metal scene, it's more diverse nowadays than it used to be. 15 years ago, there's bands doing, coming up, and they're doing other things and other styles, and doing more fresh things in the scene, and there's more bands from Greece now making steps abroad. Back when we started, we were kind of alone, I would say. It was maybe Firewind and black metal bands like Rotting Christ that were doing world tours. But now there's like new bands, that are going out there playing big festivals, big shows, and it's a more healthy, I would say. Yeah, more healthy scene. So there's a lot of diversity, not only metal, but more hard rock, alternative, stoner rock, like things like that. So it's getting in a better direction. I think it's growing. Yeah.
Yes, that's important. I had to ask you this because I'm exploring more Greece bands in last couple of years. I discovered some punk bands. I know the singer of the power metal band Beast in Black is the Greece guy, and other stuff, and a lot of bands was really cool. And I just want to talk a little bit of smaller scenes. American scene is big and famous, and we all know it as British as I don't know, maybe even Australian or Germany or as well. So Greek scene, Serbian scene are little scenes and it was I wanted to hear something from you. So finally, would you tell me what would you recommend to the guitarists, to the young guitarists who are now entering and exploring the world of music and guitar?
Well, I would tell them most of all to have fun with it, you know. Play music and play guitar because it makes your life better. You know, don't do it for the wrong reason, you know. Don't get into this because you think you're gonna make money or you think you're gonna be famous, you know. Nowadays, the new trend is people want to get famous for doing nothing. And I think that's wrong, you know. I don't find equality in that. You know, I think, you know, being famous is something that it's something, you know, your work should become known, you know, but, you know, you have to create the work, you know, you have to create a body of work. And if that, you know, reaches an audience, and if that resonates with an audience, your work will be popular or known or whatever. So, you know, when you get into music or guitar, you know, you should do it for the right reason, which is because, you know, it makes you feel good and it makes you a better person. And, you know, becoming a musician and, you know, being in the music industry is two different things, of course. You know, you need a lot of patience and a lot of hard work, and things don't happen overnight. You know, you need to lay a long foundation, strong foundation for, you know, for some success to come back to you. So yeah, I would just tell them, have fun, enjoy the music. And if something good happens, you know, take it, don't take it for granted, you know, just look at it as a nice bonus or something.
Yes. So I would like to say thank you for this interview and to say sorry for my bad English. And
no, it's good, man.
And what can I say? I hope so that I will be able to come to one of your shows of next year Firewind tour. I don't know where is the closest place from Serbia.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Vienna. Maybe. I don't know what's close to
Vienna. I don't know. Are you performing in Budapest? No.
Not on this tour for some strange reason. Usually we go there and it's great, but not this time. Vienna.
Usually everyone goes there.
Huh?
Usually everyone goes there.
Everyone goes there. Yeah. Budapest. Yeah. But we don't touch Budapest this time, but we are going to be in Vienna. I think it's only 100 kilometers from Budapest or something.
Yes. Something like that. Again, thank you. I hope that your new album is gonna blow everybody's mind, and good luck. What can I say?
Thank you very much, man. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you. Hi, man.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.